I'm Karen Miller Russell. I teach public relations in the Grady College of Journalism and Mass Communication. I've been teaching at UGA since 1993. I went to the University of Wisconsin-Madison in the fall of 1988, and I was going to just get a master's degree, professional degree, year and a half, be out of there. And instead I discovered that I really liked graduate school. And I got a chance to teach, and I thought that was fun. But eventually I discovered that I also like doing research, and what I study is the history of public relations. And little by little figured out I could actually have a job doing this, teaching PR and studying PR history. And was very fortunate when I finished graduate school that there was a position available at the University of Georgia. All of my family is in the Atlanta area, so I was really kind of coming back home. And not everyone has that opportunity, but it worked out really well for me. My family moved around a lot. I never stuck in one place for very long, so I had 3 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, and 2 high schools. I had fun growing up in a lot of different places and learning about different cultures and different ways of living. I've always been interested in advertising and public relations, particularly the public relations side of it. But it all got a whole lot more exciting when social media came around. I think that's really changed the way I teach, and I think it's also good for the students. When I'm not working, although there are so many fun things to do in Athens, primarily what I do is take my daughter places. I drive around in my car from point A to point B, drop her off, go home, work for an hour, drive back, pick her up, and drive her to her next thing. That's kind of how it is when your child is in the middle school to high school age. During the whole year I save our money, and every year we go somewhere really good. So we've been to Disney World multiple times. We've been to England. I taught study abroad for Grady at Oxford, and we lived in Oxford for 6 weeks and traveled while we were there. So we went to London, and Paris, and Stonehenge, and my daughter and my father went to Liverpool and learned all about the Beatles while I was teaching my class. I thought that was sad for me. The next trip coming up is going to be a Mediterranean cruise that ends in Rome. So I'm getting her to all the big cities. One of the things about teaching a class on social media is teaching students to think about things beyond just strategy. Are you thinking about beyond just the success of your company, but about what you're actually putting out there into the culture and if it's good or bad for people to see? I think a graduate student has to be there because they want to learn. They have to be intellectually curious and willing to invest the time and energy. Instead of just learning what the program expects you to learn, you're actually helping create new knowledge yourself. When students leave this class, I hope they're able to understand the strategies that they can use to advocate on behalf of a client. I hope they also understand the strategies that other people are using on them on behalf of their perspective or their client. In the classroom, success I don't think should be judged by the grade. I think it should be judged by how much you learned and how you were changed by participating in the class. So I hope everyone has that good experience.